Welcome traveller, we're headed from Darwin to Perth. We've gone to Connemara for 3 or 4 days and now we're headed south. We decide to do it in small steps, about 200 kilometers each day, which meant a 24-hour stopover at Spring Creek. Join us on the trip. The scenery most of the way is quite breathtaking. It's the Kimberley Range and quite stunning. Pulling a 20-foot caravan with a light car, in this case a Ford Falcon, means regular maintenance. We check the oil to make sure everything is okay and watch tire pressures closely in the heat of the desert. We're off again down highway number 1 going south. I'm quite amazed at the number of people riding bicycles around Australia. We pass them on a regular basis, this person resting in a little bit of shade in very hot desert climates. Some of the names of the creeks are rather fascinating. Perhaps a breakdown, I'm not quite sure what the problem was here. Every now and again there's something remarkable along the road. A frequent sight anywhere in northern Australia is the sign, road subject to flooding. During the winter months of November through to March, the creeks all flood. It's impossible to travel. You can understand this when you see that there's no bridges, just flat concrete pads on the base of the creek. When they fill with water, the water can rise 3, 6, 9 meters. We fill up for petrol at the nameless road station. I was amused by the Aboriginal paintings. They've even got Aboriginal art on the petrol pumps. I wish I could recall the name of this road station. Perhaps a viewer can send me a message, but it's a fairly unremarkable road station like many. We arrive at Spring Creek and our book tells us that there's a 24-hour stopover. One's allowed to camp for 24 hours free of charge. This is Spring Creek below the bridge. We pull in. The campsite is empty, probably because it's very late October and there's very few travelers this far north. The weather's too hot. We're greeted by a lone cow. On second thought, perhaps a Brahmin call, but maybe not a Brahmin bull. Anyway, I wouldn't want to get too close. In fact, we got a whole herd eyeing us suspiciously. Spring Creek itself is almost dried up. There's not much left this time of year. A view showing the emptiness of this campsite. There's lots of bird life and lots of bird noises. Some huge flocks of galahs keep us company. Jamie sets up our small generator to give us 240 volt for the lights. Well, we've had the entire night all to ourselves, no other visitors. During the tour season this place could be packed. It's time to get going in the morning. One thing about these West Australian 24-hour stops is they always provide toilet facilities that are fairly advanced, fairly sophisticated, and also excellent rubbish bins that are emptied regularly. It's early the next morning and we're on to Highway 1 headed south yet again. Thanks for joining me, dear traveller, on this brief trip from Connemara south to the Spring Creek 24-hour stopover. I hope you have a really pleasant day.